kind of put you on the rocks regardless. But
especially in this bracket.
Yeah, especially in this bracket. You're going to need to really step it up here. And, Dynasty, they got a lot to prove this year. They struggled in 2012, really underperformed, and struggled to find a consistent Snake 1. And that's the cool thing about this season, about the game itself here, is that there's so many stories out there, and these guys that are trying to live their dream, play professional paintball. One of those guys is Kyle Spica. When he was a kid, he had posters of Dynasty up in his room, and now he's the starting one on the Snake side, and he's going to need to play well this season.
Yeah, I mean, this is really what Dynasty been missing all of last year, was a consistent one. We've talked about it a few times, and, Kyle Spica, he's small, he's fast, and, his experience is growing. Got a lot of good time on the Ironman last year, and, now he's on Dynasty. See if he can do anything with it.
And Ryan Greenspan was basically, he was just the guy that really held it down for Dynasty last year. He had a great season. He was one of the highest ranked players. Finished second in the People's Choice Award MVP to Jason Edwards from Tampa Bay Damage, who won that. But Ryan just really, really helped hold it together for Dynasty in 2012. So let's see if he can do the same here in 2013. It's going to be him and Spica here on the Snake side. Dynasty on the right and Excessive on the left on the split screen breakout. And it looks like off the break here, 5 players a lot. No, Junior Brown coming off for Excessive. You see there him taking the walk. And so Dynasty is able to keep 5 alive. They have 2 players over here on this Snake side. No one in the Snake yet. You're looking at Spica on the screen, backed up by Greenspan. And Kyle Spica has been playing on fire in practice leading up to this event.
Yes, and Dalton Vanderbilt gets shot and draws a major penalty, so he's going to run off the field right now, and Oliver Lang's going to have to go with him. So 3 bodies left alive, but Kyle Spica now able to get all the way into Excessive side of the field.
Huge move, Todd, by Kyle Spica. Wow, Kyle Spica stepping up, seizing the moment. Todd, you were talking about this earlier. This is the type of paintball that you have to play on this field. Just exactly what Kyle Spica. Seize the opportunity. Do not be afraid to throw punches when you see those opens and go. And that's exactly. He saw the opening. He made the move. And it was kind of a chaotic mess over there on the Dorito side. But Spica heads up play and proving why, he's the starting one on Dynasty right now.
It's funny. It's like we used to kind of actually make fun of this. Alex Frazier and I, you see Kyle Spica on your screen right there, 22 years old, 5'6", 145, out of North Carolina, in his 3rd year pro. Alex Frazier and I used to make fun of Ryan Moorhead, because Ryan Moorhead was the guy that when everybody's dying on one side, he would just do a 360 real quick and take off running down the field.
Yeah, let's check out this replay. So you're looking at, there's the chaos as bodies are coming off, and there goes Spica, launches and heads up play. He keeps his eyes up the whole time, realizes, no one's stopping me, and able to get that shot in. So great job.
Yeah, Rich and Thomas.
Heads up play, man.
Rich and Thomas both died at the same time. Kyle Spica recognized it and just took off. Went straight from the temple all the way down to Excessive side of the field and cleaned house.
And you see there Frank Connell coaching Sacramento Excessive, and Sacramento Excessive had kind of been looking for a high-level coach for a long time.
Oh, and I think Frank the Tank is going to get a goggle penalty right now. I just saw Frank on the screen with no faceplate on.
And thought that in your head, because you've
been
down that
before.
You've been down that road
sweet
before.
Ref, thank you. And Frank the Tank's going to get one right now. So talk about shooting yourself in the foot. That's going to be a penalty on the coach. Frank better start putting together a 4-man play.
Yeah. Well, Frank Connell, going to have to put a faceplate on, as, safety's important out there.
League rules.
Yeah, league rules. So, Frank Connell drawing a pit penalty. No faceplate. Got to have that face protection on at all times. But at least we got to see him yell and scream at the ref real quick.
Oh, look, they waved it.
They got 5.
Oh, no, they waved it. Okay. I think, then they just gave him a warning. Well, that's fair.
Frank's a first-year coach, I guess. I guess we'll give it to him.
So, Excessive dodges a bullet there and was able to not get that penalty. And then here they're now getting chopped up is Alex Frazier on the Snake side. So Excessive in the driver's seat here in this point. They need this one as Dynasty took the first point.
And they got to go down that Snake. If you're going to get this point, you got to get going quick.
Well, they also, Blake Yarber's over there on the Dorito side. You're looking at the D side camera, And that's Riley Sullivan for Excessive, and longtime veteran, been around the game for about 10 years now, and really been a standout player for Excessive.
And here comes Dynasty right out of the box to see if they make it. Gets it.
Oh, there's Dalton Vanderbilt come running out of the box straight up the middle. Gets out there alive. I don't know how Excessive blew that with all bodies alive.
I think he took one, though. That's a really tough spot. If you have players out wide, like Thomas Taylor, who was in the snake here, is able to get that shot, you can't go to that center cake. You just can't be in that bunker if the other team is out wide, and Thomas Taylor gets that free kill.
Yeah, Thomas Taylor looking at Tyler Harmon right now. Tyler Harmon, the lone man, as Yosh Rao gets shot from the Dorito side. Tyler Harmon, the lone man. Now, unless Blake Yarber is still there. Blake Yarber's still in Dorito too, so 2 now.
Yeah, but look at this. Thomas Taylor trying to get a shot on Blake, and Blake's now going to have to switch his gun to Thomas. But you get that. Oh, and Thomas drops a shot, and a nice job. Thomas Taylor feasting right now. Thomas Taylor's going to get himself a 3-pack if he's able to shoot Tyler Harmon. But no, he
gets eliminated.
It pushes too aggressively against Tyler, but then Tyler gets taken out cross field. So Excessive is doing what they need to do in this particular point by seizing the opportunities, and it was a lot of Thomas Taylor's work. Yeah. Thomas Taylor got 2 kills as he was got that shot on Dalton, and it looks like he got himself 3.
So good job there by Excessive to even this game up. Lucky for them, they didn't get that penalty at the beginning of the point. Came out 5-on-4. Dynasty will be back to full strength now as well. So 5-on-5, it's all even at ones, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Largest inventory of paintball equipment, including guns, masks, loaders, paintballs, tanks, and clothing. With free shipping on all orders over $100. Shop now at ansgear.com.
So, have ourselves a close match so far. Score is 1-1.
Our first 1-1 game so far.
Well, we kind of thought we were going to see this in this game. Excessive, very hungry to come in here into the PSP and prove to everybody that they are a top team. And, they have a lot of talent. And then, obviously, Dynasty struggling in 2012. Their best finish was at the Galveston Open, where they took 3rd, and then had just a series of heartbreakers after that. And, what we're starting to get the answer to some of these questions. Now, again, there's still a lot of tournament to play, but Kyle Spica playing phenomenal so far. He's been playing great in practice leading up to this event to get that starting 1 spot. He's backed up by Tyler Harmon, and Ryan Greenspan is probably going to be floating back and forth. But Excessive also come into play, and Thomas Taylor, he has a really good point, getting himself a 3-kill, 3-pack. And, doing good. So scores all tied up at 1 apiece right now.
Well, Thomas Taylor had some time this morning to kind of, all of Excessive did, played their first game. But, Thomas Taylor got a little chance to see what it's going to be like on that snake side. And now, probably going to try and attack a little bit harder as he comes out here again on into the second temple right away. But loses Jerry D'Amato right behind him. So Thomas Taylor going to be by himself on the snake side early.
Yeah, so Dynasty with 5 players left alive, but the referee is over there checking out. Oh, look, that's Dalton Vanderbilt. So Dalton is going to die again, this time coming out of Dorito too. So only 1 player on that D side for Dynasty. As you're looking at our D side camera, let's see if Excessive can do something with that.
Kyle Spica stood up, took half a step out of his bunker and got lit up. But Oliver Lang comes hard from the corner as Spica walks off and dives into Snake 2.
Thomas is matching up with him, but he gets eliminated going in. So Excessive loses 2 players right there.
Yeah, so Oliver Lang able to slide in here and get himself a quick kill on Thomas. And then now it's just Oliver Lang for Dynasty left alive on this snake side. No Excessive players left on this side of the field. And you're looking at the Dorito side right there. That's it for Excessive. They only have those 2 players on the Dorito side.
Yeah, Oliver Lang just needs a couple more seconds. He's going to open up the back of Aaron Tholey over there on the Dorito side, and Riley Sullivan as Ryan Greenspan comes through the middle. He's going to grab that flag, run it in, make it a 2-1 ball game in favor of San Diego Dynasty.
Yeah, so Greenspan going to hang the flag, and there is Oliver Lang walking off the field. with some good work done in that point right there.
Yeah, good game by Oliver Lang. See him on the screen right now, 30 years old, 5'10", 175 out of Sausalito, California. 9th year pro, Oliver Lang. I mean, we don't need to tell you about Oliver Lang. He's been walking the walk for a long time. Last year, didn't have the best season, but this year, he's looking confident. He's got a nice, strong mustache, and he's ready to come play. He feels like talked to him a little bit yesterday. He feels good and wants to come out here and prove it. So we'll see once this game resumes right after these messages.
So you see the score there on the top-hand portion of your screen. Dynasty 2, Sacramento XSV 1 with 15 minutes and 38 seconds to play. The next game we got coming at you is going to be San Antonio X Factor taking on CEP, and then the last game of the morning's competition is going to be Houston Heat and San Diego Dynasty. And that is going to be one hell of a matchup. Can't wait to see that one. And also, I want to see what CEP is going to bring now. Now they had a game to warm up playing against the world champs and didn't do terrible. So, I really want to see if X Factor can bring the same fire that they beat Excessive with this morning. And you see Coach Frank Connell out there. And he's going to have to sprint to get off the field in time. Still got some wheels, able to make it off. So here we go. Excessive.
It wasn't pretty, though.
Excessive on the left-hand portion of your screen, and Dynasty on the right.
Excessive's into the snake right on the break,
And so is Dynasty's Dalton Vanderbilt at the back of Snake 1. Looks like Excessive is going to drop a body right away.
Jesse Lapid coming off that Dorito side, so just Riley Sullivan over there. You see Jesse Lapid. He started his career with Excessive and played for them for years, and then took a big, long break, but really got back into it last season and trained really hard in the offseason and got back onto the starting squad here for Excessive.
Yeah, and you got Jaime Lopez.
Oh, and Dynasty, Dorito just takes it right to the head. Who is that?
That looks like Blake Yarber. That was in the 50 Dorito. He gets shot. There's Jaime Lopez on your screen right now. Number 12 in Snake 2 for Excessive, looking across the field. May have been the one that got the shot on there, but Rich Telford in Temple 1. And for Excessive, he's locking off both sides of the field. Both teams went hard.
And Riley was walking off as well from that Dorito side. Looked like he was trying to move up.
And you can see right here on your screen, great position for Dynasty as they're in the Snake 1 right there. And the referee getting in there and checking him out. And he's got a lot of shots from this side of the field. Dalton Vanderbilt also, training a lot in the offseason. And, Dalton was a name that became synonymous with aggression on the Dorito side. And now they're using him in a little bit more versatile role this year. I think we're going to actually see that a little bit more because, especially on this field layout.
If you have players that can play both sides, play them because it keeps the coaches on the...
Yeah, well, he's also their fastest guy. As here comes Tyler Harmon.
Oh, my God.
With the one-handed leaping right-handed spear.
It worked. The leaping right-handed spear move worked.
With the one-arm bandit cruising around.
Opens up the game right now, but Dalton Vanderbilt is going to get called out of the Snake as well. Looks like he got shot in the mix. Thomas Taylor is still alive. They lost Rich Telford, but Thomas Taylor is still alive. On the D-side camera right now, you see Yosh Rao in the Dorito 2 working on Thomas Taylor in the Snake corner. Ryan Greenspan also still alive in the pin in the middle of the field on the Snake side. So a 2-on-1 situation right now. Ryan Greenspan, the 2-on-1 situation with just Thomas Taylor, Ryan Greenspan, Yosh Rao. Yosh Rao runs down the field all the way.
And this is going to be
onto excessive side of the field.
Well, at least Thomas has a big bunker to work with. That is one of the good things about that back Snake side bunker is it's a stand-up. So you can gunfight out of there. You can shoot at your mirror. You can shoot and control the Snake. There's a lot of options from there. And this is one of those possibilities. He could fight out of there, but he's not able to do it. As Ryan Greenspan and Yosh Rao, they know how this drill works. They've done that a million times. So not risking anything and very smart heads-up play by Ryan Greenspan. And Ryan Greenspan is His paintball IQ is ridiculous. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, especially in the situation where they have the numerical advantage. All right, so I hope to God this replay we're about to watch is Tyler Harmon and his magical move down the snake side. Let's check it out. So look at that. On the left-hand portion of your screen, there's Tyler Harmon, one-handed gangster gadding, excessive on the run-through. And look at this. He jumps over it. I think he asked his coach, he's like, where is the guy? Calls out Snake 1, and then on the dive, able to get that shot in. I've never seen a move like that before. I'll tell you what. I mean, it kind of looked pretty in a way. I mean, look at that. That was, wow. Tyler Harmon, kid's athletic.
Everything I've taught in clinics over the years, what not to do, he just did it.
That was that. That was it.
Hey, but I'll tell you what. It worked.
It worked. It did.
Tyler Harmon got the job done, and he pulled the trigger and played aggressive, and that's what you want to see out there. So, hey, man, hats off to Tyler Harmon, 23, 6'2", 175. Plays all over the field, and been doing this for a long time. And he's a new pickup for Dynasty. And honestly, as a coach, I probably would have been like, hey, there's a webcast. We're going to need you to try to look as graceful as possible in the future. But actually, he kind of pulled that off. He jumped. He was on the run, full speed, jumps over the bunker, and it sounded like he was trying to get some information from his coach on the run. Did it, and then figured out the last second where he was, and he had to get it done however he possibly could.
Yeah. He got away with it.
Tyler's a very athletic kid. As tall and kind of lanky as he is, he's still pretty quick,
and he can get real small in the bunkers. He's 6'2", but he can get into those bunkers.
He's a veteran too. He's been playing pro since he was like 14, 15.
Yeah. Came up out of Bob Long's camp up in NorCal.
Yep. Good pickup for Dynasty last minute. Especially with the injury to Brandon Short, who broke his hand, going to be out a couple months.
So the score is 3-1 on the start of this next point. Dynasty on the right-hand portion of the screen. Sacramento excessive on the left. And it looks like five bodies left alive. As one player, Jerry D'Amato, coming off for Sacramento excessive. He gets shot over here on the snake side back corner bunker, not able to make it out alive.
But that one didn't hurt too bad just yet, because they're not flying down the field just yet here, Dynasty. So they're holding off a little bit here.
Yeah, Dynasty shooting their lanes. They got Alex Fragi up in the middle trying to lock off that Dorito side. They got Johnny Greer for excessive over here. He leans out into a paintball right in his face. He's walking off. Going to leave Rich Telford by himself over there on the snake side in that Temple 1 as Oliver Lang again gets into the snake 2. Rich Telford going to get to that stand-up if he can. He does. A little bit better position for him now, dealing with Oliver Lang in front of him.
Yep.
And Kyle Spica in the snake side.
Look at Oliver Lang just taking a gigantic bite out of the snake, and he is going to jump up and get a shot cross field. So look at this, Oliver Lang playing the snake about as well as it can be played so far in the spins that he's got over there on this side of the field.
Yeah, well, this is what we wanted to see from Oliver. See him playing aggressive, playing to his natural talents, getting up the field, shooting people in the side, and then closing games out.
And when Oliver Lang is playing his best game, he's the best in the world. He makes it look so graceful, very athletic, puts all the pieces together on the fly, and we didn't see that as much as we wanted to see that last season. But we've been seeing, we're seeing a lot of it right now in this game.
Yeah, well, Oliver's like Kobe. Kobe's got the championships. Arguably best player, one of the best Lakers to ever even play on the team. And then you have guys like LeBron and D Wade that come around. Your Fedorovs and your Mishkas and guys like that. But Kobe's still Kobe.
Yep.
Yep. LeBron, he's wrecking everybody right now, but Kobe's still Kobe.
Still dropping 30 a game.
He can get you 50 on a night.
Yeah.
Oliver Lang could throw up a series of 3-packs and 4-packs with a quickness, and then all of a sudden everybody's going, what are we going to do?
Yeah. And when that's one of the scary things about Oliver is when he's on his game and he's a weapon on a side or on both sides when he's playing really good, then you don't know what to do because you have to contain him somehow, and the only way to contain him is to go right at him. Yep. That's the only way to contain Oliver when he's playing well.
Yeah, find him immediately.
Yeah, and get him off the field.
Lock him up, yeah.
So this point is slowed down a little bit here because Big Rich Telford is in the back, and finally everyone else dies around Rich, and Excessive is going to be forced to concede that point as Oliver Lang stepping it up over here in the Doritos. In the snake.
That puts him at 4-1 here, so
Yeah.
Excessive needs to turn this on real fast.
Yeah.
Like first day, then we'd be down 0-2, and that's not what you need in this bracket.
But it's a series of different players stepping up. We'll get into that in just a few moments. Do not go anywhere. There he is, Oliver Lang, and these are his stats so far at this event. Looking real good. His kill percentage is .80, which means he's getting close to 1 kill per point that he's played, which is, that's the measure of greatness, actually. It's incredibly hard to average that over the span of a long period of time. Survival rating looking awesome, 84%, starting 71% of the points so far. We don't have, these guys haven't got a lot of spins so far, but Oliver Lang is looking really good here. And I'll tell you what, if you want something to bode well for Dynasty's chances in 2013, in this hardcore season we have in front of us, Oliver Lang playing well for Dynasty makes Dynasty look really good.
Yeah, getting him off to a good start.
We've
talked about having teams get off to a good start, set the tone for their season.
And get
Oliver Lang can get himself off to a good start, it'll set the tone for Dynasty season.
And especially with that next game coming up. So
well, Oliver finished 33rd or 32nd in the rankings total for the season. In what universe is Oliver the 32nd best paintball player on earth? So I think that he's really taken it upon himself to step it up this year, and we're seeing it right now.
And here comes Dynasty still putting the heat. They're at the 50 tower here, so that's Tyler Harmon. They're going to make that difficult for Excessive to get down that Dorito side with him right there at that position.
Tyler Harmon looking to make a move. Alex Frazier gets shot on the top of the head trying to make a move into the snake. Tyler Harmon in the little cake, now at the X.
Tyler Harmon is so fun to watch play. He's just all over the place,
Jumping bean out there.
Yeah, he's jumping streams of paint, yelling at guys, one-hand diving kills, just all over the place, man. Tyler looks good. You see him there on your screen, wrapping around. Already got a kill out of there. And Tyler Harmon's hungry for greatness. You want to talk about somebody that's hungry to step it up and hungry to help his team win? He's on Dynasty now, and that's also probably one of those. He's been playing on top teams for a long time. Oh, he catches one. I think he caught one from
Junior
Brown, but it didn't matter because that is going to do it this point as Ryan Greenspan finishes it up. So the score is going to go to 5-1 in favor of San Diego Dynasty, and they're looking really good right now. Excessive still not. I mean, they look bad that point, but I don't think Excessive looks bad. It's just that X Factor beat them this morning by just being a little bit better, winning the close points, and Dynasty's doing the same thing right now as Greenspan runs off, the best player in Dynasty of 2012, continuing to play well here this year. So we're going to be right back. So the score now 5-1, and even if Excessive loses this match, which it's looking like that's the way it's going to go, even though there's 8 minutes and 39 seconds left, so they could come back. But they've got to put more points on the board if they're taking losses, because the only way you're going to have a chance to advance in this tournament is if you are putting a good point margin up. So if those tiebreakers come up, that you're in the running at least.
Yeah, and I mean, this is probably the longest points that we've seen so far out of all the matches we've had. Like there's been a lot more, a little bit longer points. As we're going to go down to the Excessive pit here real quick, you can see Coach Frank Connell, there's Johnny Greer, Patrick Slattery, trying to figure out what they need to do, because they're getting out to their spots alive and just not really getting production out of it right now.
Well, and I think that's because individually on Dynasty, you're looking at guys that are trying to elevate. They're hungry for it. They're making those moves, and so Excessive is going to call a timeout. I think that's a smart timeout to call right now.
I think Excessive just getting beat to the bunkers, man. Dynasty's just getting wherever they want to go, point after point.
Yeah.
Excessive's just not getting that done.
Yeah, so on this timeout, we're going to take a brief moment to hear a word from our sponsors.
Hey guys, it's Dave Baines. What makes the Virtue Spire the best loader in paintball? Not only is the Spire smaller and lighter than leading competitors, but with a true 200 round capacity, it holds more paint as well. Find out more at virtuespire.com.
Looking at San Diego Dynasty getting ready to roll here. Dalton Vanderbilt, number 24, is going to be looking like he's going snake side. He's got Oliver Lang out there. I think saw Kyle Spica out there as well. And they got the coach, Rusty Glaze, giving some last-minute instructions to his crew. And Rusty retired. He was going to retire. He played for Infamous for years, and then was going to retire. But Dynasty gave him a shot in last season. And then a little bit more than halfway through the season, Mike Himman left them as a coach. So they went to Rusty, and Rusty stepped up, put the gun down, picked up the clipboard, and he's been doing a great job for them so far.
He has. He's done a lot for them. He's also retired himself to Pizza Hut. From the looks of from up here.
Well, he's got a blue hoodie on, so it's gonna make him look a little thicker.
I remember when we first picked him up on the Avalanche, the kid wore a helicopter hat. And he's come a long way, but he did have a helicopter.
Well, it's almost not even really fair for us to bring up Rusty around you, Steve, because you were one of the guys that helped Rusty elevate in the game. So it's basically like, this is an opportunity for Steve to roast Rusty because you guys are, friends from back in the day. So here we go. Excessive must get something going here, and they're not able to do anything on the breakout. Rather conservative breakout for Dynasty as they split the field. All the back bunkers are hot, and it looks like they're throwing Kyle Spica towards that Dorito side now. See Kyle Spica into Dorito 1 coming off the Snake side. So Dynasty, they don't need to do anything. All they need to do is roll those guns and contain the push of Excessive. Excessive has to come forward here. Now, finally making moves. Excessive getting Jaime Lopez into Snake 1. And there you see Jaime. And still has some time to work with, but they need to start putting points on the board to have a chance. Looking at the D side cam, there's Kyle Spica now playing into Dorito 2. It's backed up by.
And there goes Riley out of the back into the 50 Dorito. Dynasty was really using their speed to get field position as Riley comes out and just grills Kyle Spica's face right up. Thank you very much. Thanks for playing. Ryan Greenspan came out of Temple 1, and he dives into Snake 2, so now he's mirrored up with Jaime Lopez, trying to get a shot on Riley Sullivan, and does. So Ryan Greenspan stops that attack over there on the Dorito side for Excessive.
Ooh, and gets a shot on Rich Telford as well. So, Rich did not know that Greenspan had made the move in there, and you can't live in that stand-up tower. Now the communication, always been so strong. One of the advantages for Dynasty over the years is you see Greenspan getting here, listening to his coach on the sidelines, and then yelling those calls cross field.
Yep. Goes Ryan trying to creep on the outside of the Snake here. So here he goes.
And here comes Ryan Greenspan launching down the highway. Just obliterates Jaime, and then also takes out Thomas Taylor. So Greenspan continuing his stellar play from last season here into the first game of 2013.
I think he might have got 4 kills that match.
Consistent, Ryan. He just does it, gets it done. Loves playing paintball still, travels the world doing it. This is what he wants to do. So
yeah, excellent game right there by Ryan Greenspan to make that move. Chopped up the whole Dorito attack from Excessive, and then just cleaned out the Snake. So excellent job there by Ryan Greenspan.
It's going to be really hard for people to beat Dynasty if they have Oliver Lang playing the way he's been playing so far this game. Ryan Greenspan stepping in there doing what he needs to do. They're winning their gunfights here against Excessive. They're making the moves. They got their new pickups, Spica and Tyler Harmon playing great. And they couldn't look any better right now, honestly.
Well,
everyone's doing what they need to do.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Dynasty's doing a good job of using their speed to get field position early. And field position on this field, as we've already kind of seen, has been pretty crucial, as always is. But, I mean, as fast as this field is, that's the way it's got to be right away.
Taking advantage of the whole field across. So,
I mean, let's check out this replay. We're going to be right back after these messages.
I wanted a gun that would cover everything. I want to be able to hold off 30, 40, 50 guys coming at me. I want to be able to crawl up and take snipe shots on guys.
Anything you really want in a scenario gun, it has it.
It's just a nasty, nasty tactical gun.
So, Excessive, as this game has gone on, has really started to let Dynasty take control and exert their will on them. And there's really no clear issue with Excessive right now. And since Dynasty does have so many different guys stepping up and getting in there and putting in work, Excessive's kind of getting beat around the board right now, and they're having some problems. Some guys are having problems living in their spots. I don't think they're picking up on certain lanes. Doesn't seem like they have their communication down because they got guys making moves into lanes that are picked up, so, and it looks like Dynasty is calling a timeout. So, these teams have played each other 8 times over the years, and Dynasty has won 5 of them, Excessive 3. And again, this is one of those rivalries out there that is ongoing, and it's been reignited this season, and Dynasty is obviously getting substantially the better of Excessive right now. And while we got this timeout, we're going to have a few words from our sponsors.
Next season on the roster.
We're looking for a guy that's on our heels every weekend.
My name is Wesley Ward. I'm 23. I'm from Macon, Georgia.
Scott Kemp, age 26, born and raised in Los Angeles, California.
The attitude thing, man, it's one of those things. Some people like it, some don't.
We've just done a lot to make the loader smaller, lighter, tighter, simpler, more reliable, more consistent, just a better product in almost every single way. It is the lightest force feed loader of its type on the market. It's also now, with this smaller body profile, the smallest force feed loader on the market. Everything's taken care of automatically by the sensors in the loader. Put it on your gun, play paintball.
So you're looking at Dynasty on your screen right now. Tyler Harmon keeping loose. What would you do right now, Todd, if you were Excessive? If you're Frank Connell and you're the coach, what would you be telling your boys?
In a 6-1 game? Well, it's time for somebody to get something going here. We haven't seen any. It's obviously Dynasty's doing a good job of shooting lanes, but somebody's got to attack. That last move that we saw from Riley when he just put him in and went, he got there, and there he is again right now in the 50. That's what I'm looking for. Somebody to step up and try and take control of one of these games. And Riley Sullivan, past 2 games in a row, is in the 50 Dorito. He's just got to make it count now that he's in there.
Yeah, and he also has Thomas Taylor. You're looking, there's Riley Sullivan. Yeah, so Riley Sullivan, look at this awesome position that Riley Sullivan has right here, 50-yard line Dorito, and he is just getting some really good shots all the way cross field. Dynasty is not able to push up through this lane that Riley has just got that lane locked down.
Yeah, and he's Alex Frage, and
he gets
looks
hit.
like Tyler
taken
Harmon.
out doing it. So
yeah, they're stuck. They're just trying to keep Thomas Taylor out of the snake right now. Losing Riley Sullivan, that's going to hurt. Now they're 4-on-5. And Thomas Taylor is going to have to turn and look towards the Dorito side now that Dalton Vanderbilt has slid into the 50, as he's going to get out of his spot and get into the snake right away.
Well, Todd, I was going to say that the one guy on Excessive, I think that did have a really good point was Thomas Taylor. So Thomas, but the thing is with Excessive, they need their stars to shine. They have to have Thomas Taylor and Riley Sullivan do work over there on their respective sides of the field.
They really do. We are talking a lot about Jerry D'Amato, and we just haven't seen Jerry D'Amato yet. I thought he is the perfect complement for Thomas Taylor. in their styles of play
We just
to be
haven't
able
said
to
him
do
much
some work
today.
over here, and we just haven't seen Jerry D'Amato that much yet.
There's now small moves being made by Dynasty, and it's top right-hand portion of the screen. Now you're looking at Excessive, and Excessive is now Thomas Taylor making moves down the snake side, and he is going to run, switch guns, take out Tyler Harmon as he lost that position, and then on that
I don't
chaos.
think he got him. He missed Tyler.
Yeah, he also had, I think Yosh Rao may have shot him in the back as he went and had to switch hands. But Tyler Harmon, now Thomas Taylor gave up that field position. Tyler Harmon's now in Snake 2, and he's looking at Junior Brown's back as Junior Brown is looking across the field. Excessive right there had an opportunity. I mean, they shot a couple bodies, got all the way down to Dynasty's side of the field, and Thomas Taylor, due to a lack of communication.
Look how hungry Tyler Harmon's body language says that he is. Tyler Harmon is looking for angles, he's looking for kills, and he plays that high energy style of paintball.
Yeah, I mean, he also plays that real unorthodox style. I mean, he'll jump over the top of a tall can if he thinks he can get a shot on you.
And he'll get you with the one-armed bandit.
He'll do the flying suicide one-armed joust.
Yeah, and look at this. And Tyler able to get a shot on Rich Telfer across field, and then he gets another kill with Junior Brown. So Tyler Harmon is playing hot right now and definitely feeling that energy, as it looks like San Diego Dynasty is going to close out this match here against Excessive. And, again, the rivalry over the years between these two teams, I mean, Excessive was created to take down Dynasty from their throne. I mean, that was the whole reason that we put that team together back in the day, was to take Dynasty off of off that pedestal that they were on. And
you did a pretty good job at it.
And we were successful for a little while, but then just like any team, it takes it goes in waves, and you have to ride those waves and try to work with who you have. And Excessive has rebuilt their team, and I still feel this is the strongest team that Excessive has fielded since the heyday that they had. And so they've been trying to rebuild as well as Dynasty. And Dynasty, their new pickups looking really good. Tyler Harmon, man, what an outstanding day he's having so far, and just playing phenomenal. We're going to be right back after this. All right, so the story of this game is that the new pickups from San Diego Dynasty playing very well. Though Spica saw limited action, but it looks like we have the fourth member of our broadcast crew, Lauren Kelly, and she is down with Excessive's Thomas Taylor. Let's check it out.
Excessive, rough way to start the weekend. I'm sure you guys are bummed. What do you think was going wrong out there?
We're just not executing, I don't think we're really losing the breakouts. We're in 3-on-3s, 4-on-4s, and just feels like our guys are just getting shot out of their bunkers, Poor paintball, to be honest with you. It's frustrating.
It's a tough field. I mean, there's no back center. The communication must be hard. What is the communication like out there?
Honestly, I feel okay with the guys on the snake side, but you don't really get to talk to the guys on the judo side unless you really yell. We don't have it's single battles. There's two battles going on, and we keep losing one of those battles. Our judo side goes down, our snake side goes down, so it's costing us.
During that timeout, what did you guys talk about to try to get amped up and get some points?
Honestly, we just, said, hey, let's not get shot out of our bunkers. Let's win those long points, and obviously that didn't work out. We didn't do it. We came out here and got in position to win every one of those last 3 points, and didn't do it. Well, actually, the last point, all my pods dumped, so I had like 3 balls, so I tried to bunker their corner. Shooting blanks doesn't work well.
No, doesn't usually work out well.
No. You got some guys to come out of here into your gun. But hey, God is good. I love being here. Thank you for doing this.
All right, well, you got 2 more prelim games, so good luck with those. That's all down here for right now.
Love you, wife.
There, and that was actually that was exactly what happened. They're losing the battles out there. They are playing those 3-on-3s and losing them. So Excessive drops another one, and so they go 0-2 so far on the day, but do not go anywhere. Next up, we got San Antonio X Factor taking on Chattanooga CP. I'm Matty Marshall with Todd Martinez and Steve Rapikoff, and this is the first PSP event of the 2013 season here in Dallas, Texas at Cousins Paintball Park. We'll be right back.